Right, there we are. Now, I was ready to stream about a minute or two ago, but to be honest, I really do enjoy that track, so just had to enjoy that. Really good suggestion, actually. That was from Panzer Corps 2, and I do like that. Feel a little bit like a radio DJ right now. Hey, Connor. Hey, XTRG, was just wondering if you were going to be on today and just open Discord to ask when this popped up. Indeed, their plumber. Sink their carriers. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, yes, we will be continuing here with the Ostfront, which I'm looking forward to. Well, I've been doing alright, actually. Been doing alright. Things are definitely progressing. We are starting to get there. I may take a forever and a day to actually make decisions, but we are making progress, which is the best we can ask for, really. If we take a look at it, I mean, this is the issue regarding the airfields. It's something I did consider. We could shift airfields around. Well, not the airfields as such. The airfields can be shifted around. But what I'm thinking about is we could potentially shift aircraft around and transfer them to different air bases. Though, in fairness, I've never really done that. I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult, in all honesty, because we can actually try to avoid, like, a lot of fatigue and etc. on the aircraft, on the actual airframes, and I think on the squadrons, it's one or the other. Let's see. Fatigue is 13. Can I compare that to an airfield, to a squadron that has not moved? Fatigue 10, right, okay. I think it has something to do with, like, how much they can fly that turn as well. So it's one of those of, like, either move the airfield last, or you actually have the aircraft transferred manually. And, like, move the airfield and then transfer them. We have a few choices there, really. I mean, we'll not be too far away from being in positions where the airfields do have the opportunity to strike again, but we'll get there, we'll get there. I'm going to go ahead and get my drone tools ready, and we'll be good to go then. So I think we effectively have a north sorted out, which is good. I don't think there's particularly much else we need to do there. Might be a good idea to go through things and double check in the future, but we'll do that. I do actually have the 401st Static Division over here, which can remain there for the time being. I do have a motorized brigade over here, actually. What I'm going to do then is actually have that transferred to where the rail line is. Though, I think I might have that assigned to a Gen 2 VR. Is it the second or the... Oh, no, it's the 4th Panzer Group, okay. So, first, second, third, fourth, yes. And we might have that actually transferred to the 4th Panzer Group. In fairness, actually, I do need to consider what I'm going to do with the 4th Panzer Group. I did think about possibly moving out this way. We could use the motorized to move out this way. But... it probably is a worthwhile thing to do. I'm just not terribly fond of, of like, wasting fuel like that. It's not a waste because we're making progress. I don't know, I just don't like not being able to move on to, like, significant objectives, really. The sooner we can get over this way, the better. I just think maybe we let the infantry do that. Maybe we allow the actual motorized to actually just build that fuel up and be in a better position to then move on. Like, we can only have so much fuel, in fairness. It might be one of those things I do end up coming to regret one day. Ooh, I don't know what continuous play is. I'm trying to, like, find the, there we go, that's the hotkey. I don't know what continuous play does. How do I turn that off? How do I even turn it on? I don't know, I've done something there. Might come to regret that one, it seems. And we'll make a decision on the north in a little while then, actually. So, the south is going to be an interesting one. I'm just going to make a quick auto-save here, actually, before we do continue. Just in case. Have I auto-saved? I think we've auto-saved. Now, we did have ideas of how to actually deal with the pocket over here. And I think what we're going to do is essentially elect a army, a corps, to actually deal with this. So right now, I do have a 17th Army. I think it might be a wise idea to actually continue to use the 17th Army. That would allow forces of the 6th Army to continue to move on to press forward. So I think we'll go for that. I can use the 17th Army then to hold the lines here. We do have some additional panzer forces available. Second Army is not yet available for action. Oh, something I need to do here actually is, let's go ahead and... I'm just like contemplating regarding support units. So I might go ahead and take all the support units and actually have them sent back to like the main pools, to the actual army pools, and then we can actually have things assigned out as we need it, really. Yeah, I think we'll go for that. I think that's not a bad idea. I think the sooner we do it, the better. I probably should have done it on the first turn, but hey. So, what we're going to do then is we're going to go over here. And I have support level. I'm going to take the High Command and Army group out of that. I might have it actually trickle back to the Army. No, we'll let it go back to the appropriate command there. So I'm going to put support level of, say, 0. Now, that should see the support assets actually move back to headquarters if I'm correct. It has been a while here, so do forgive me if I make a mistake there. Okay, another quick auto-save there, make sure we don't lose anything. Okay, so we'll have 17th Army then deal with the pockets, and then we'll move on from there. How is everybody doing today then? What have you guys been up to? Anything planned for today? Anything in mind? Okay, do have the 4th Mounted Division here. I can have you shift in there to hold that, but I don't need to hold it because it's not a problem. What we'll do then is we'll have the Mounted Division move over here then. There we are. So I would like to reform this division if I could, actually. What we do need to do then... Oh, we do have you as part of the Panzer. What we'd like to do then is actually go ahead and surround these units. I'd like to try and do it without using Panzers if I can. We need to drive onto objectives, but we also do need to surround as much as we can. So there are ways to do it and achieve much. We just need to figure out which is the best way to achieve what we want to do here. We do have the Romanian forces and the German forces here to the south. So I think what we'll do then is we'll start the cleanup of the pocket over here, and then we'll deal with things as they come up, really. These units would be nice to take care of. The reason being it actually allows us to have our freedom of mobility. We're not having to worry about the enemy to the rear, essentially. Right, so we have 296 over here, which is lacking better on the morale. I do love having actually equipped with the Panhards. I really do. I know I commented on that last time, but I just enjoy that. How long does each turn last? The first turn I think is about 4 days. I think each subsequent turn is about a week. I think it's about 7 days then afterwards. Okay. Let's see, so you're part of 4th Corps. I think I might use 4th Corps to clean up this area then. They could move over here and still have a decent amount of movement. It's only a slight difference actually. So if I take a look over here then, in terms of fortifications we have 0, which is fine, I can work with that. 11 there. They do actually have more mobility than the others. We'll go with that. Yeah, they're lacking now. I mean, 12 there. I mean, I really do miss that from the 1Vs, where it actually tells you the combat odds. That would be nice. Like the AV would be really good to know. Okay. Have you moved there? So, I do have 68th. That does need to be rebuilt. Perhaps I do attack this over here. I'd rather not, because it's going to be one of those positions that are just awful to deal with. But, well, I might as well leave it. We'll deal with it at a later point, actually. So, when is 4th Corps? Right, 4th Corps is here. Right, the support level is now 0. So that's fine. What we can actually do then is sort out support units and get things, and get them to where they need to be, essentially. Okay. We're going to go ahead and... I could maybe hasty attack that. I mean, I could definitely hasty attack that. The armor's a funny one because, I don't know, we could probably get away with a hasty attack there. They're not going to surrender anyway. They're going to retreat, so a hasty's not a bad idea. Oh, no, it is a bad idea because they held. Yeah, I should have gone with my initial feelings and actually gone for that shock attack. Sorry, not shock attack. I'm thinking of the other game. Planned attack. And now they retreat as expected. Okay. And I've ruined the tempo there. Yeah. Well. Now, that's a more powerful unit there. We're looking at clear terrain here, so a plant attack should be able to take care of the armored. Yeah, they are forced retreat. And that does leave me some capability here. They also retreat there. Okay. That's fine. Didn't go quite as I wanted it to, in all honesty. Let's see. Shift Z, get that back on. There we go. I do have another 2 divisions here as part of the 4th Corps. A very powerful division, actually, in the form of the 19 CV, which is very nice. So, 8, 9. I mean, maybe I do kick that one back. It would allow me to actually condense the lines quite nicely. I suppose it's tough, but it's not that tough. We have dealt with similarly tough positions, in all honesty, really. Yeah, I think we'll tackle that position. I do actually have units in place that can actually aid there, so I might as well go for it. I'll use... I mean, that's not a lot in... I mean, that is actually a fairly weak division, but that's because it's attached to the 17th Army. So I'm going to spend a point here to actually have them... I'd rather have kept them in 17th Army, but okay. Kind of regret doing that. I can have them actually put back in the appropriate command afterwards. I do have Mountain Corps here. We'll have Mountain Corps actually use them. In fact, that might be sufficient there. We'll give it a go. They should actually, yeah, they do have support here. Panzerjäger, Pioneer, Machine Gun, Howitzers. Yes, they're forced retreat there. Not too surprising, actually. 18 BF-109 F2s, 5 BF-110 C4Bs there. So, we actually shot down another 27 bombers there, which is actually pretty awesome. So that's pretty cool. I was getting those additional aircraft kills is always a good thing. Right, that went well. I'll go ahead and attack that hasty. Yeah, forces it deeper in there. I do have another division that could be attached. I don't like that. That's not worth attacking. But having that position's nice. So I don't need to particularly hold a corridor per se, because we have such an amount of units in there, and they're going to be looking towards actually linking back up. So we do have some opportunities to work with over here, actually. So what I'm going to do then is actually have you formed up once again. Yeah, we have the ability to move somewhat around here, which is not too bad. I mean, what do we have here then? Rifle, motorized MKVD, but they're routed. We do have the tank division over here, the 19th. Let me go ahead and save here to make things do not get lost. That would suck. Okay. The autosave feature seems to be working really well, actually. I've not had a crash since I started using that, so that's really cool. Yeah, I think what we could do then is actually look at surround them. I think I can do that with the forces of the 6th Army, rather than the 17th. Make sure we win that. Oh no, even with the plant attack. Impressive. Yes, I need to go ahead and actually concentrate on taking these guys. The sooner I eliminate this pocket, the better, really. How the hell do they hold? Okay, somewhat impressed, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually a pretty damn strong tank division there. I didn't actually expect it to give way. I mean, this is it. They do take actual effort to reduce. I mean, we could do it in better ways, really. That's true. But I don't want to have, like, things used willy-nilly. I kind of, like, want to have, like, army and corps. Well, corps and armies actually given specific tasks, really. Okay. They still have that rail line there. Seems to be a fair concentration of assets over here, but we do see airborne brigades, which are interesting. There's not actually that much. What we'll do then, just because it is frankly easier, the hard part of this game sometimes is actually to just not end up drifting across the map, essentially. Right, so we do have a cavalry here. And rather, it's far easier to just cut these divisions off and actually fight them. They're not exactly slouches, to be honest. The Romanian divisions are exactly fantastic. We do have ways through here because there's only a security division here in NKVD. We only had a fortified, well, there's only a fortified region here, so they can be broken. Yeah, there we go, they shatter. So do you see the city over here? No, they actually hold, yeah. That's the issue with Romanian forces. They have a lot of men, but they're not particularly spectacular. It's not so much the issue with the men, it's more so they lack that sort of morale. Especially you might have been able to like describe it as like some sort of form of elan. But also they lack an actual artillery. I mean, the artillery is a big killer for them. They don't have much in the way of heavy artillery. If we take a look at actually right angle of equipment or organization, whatever you want to know it as. Yeah, so you take a look over here. They only have 36 light artillery. They have 18 infantry guns, but that's they've got mortars. Okay. But that's not a lot of artillery. And if we compare that to, let's say, the 73rd, which has a 41A infantry division, TOE, You can see we have 48 artillery, we have 6 heavy infantry guns, we have 20 infantry guns, we have light mortars, we have mortars over here, obviously medium mortars. So we also have the AT guns, which is interesting. But we have more firepower, like we have artillery and... can I take a look, actually? Yeah, we have the 105s. Let me go ahead and compare that once again. So 13th here. The heaviest artillery they have is the 100mm, which, okay, it's not bad. But the thing is, they only have like the 16 100s there. It's not a lot of artillery. They have some, yeah, they have 75mm field guns. Okay, that's not bad. Light artillery is not bad. But then you take a look over here. Like, for example, the 198th has 35 105s, it has 12 150s, it has 6 150s of the infantry gun variety, and it has 20 75mm infantry guns. So we have more actual, I suppose you could call it like medium artillery, we'll just call it artillery. And then we actually do have heavy artillery in the form of the 150s. We also do have the heavy infantry guns over here. So this is it, they do have roughly the same sort of numbers of like infantry. But then it's more so the equipment that they do have. They do, I mean, the German divisions actually do have a decent number of the 37mm as well, which is nice. Not stupendous, but pretty good. I mean, this is it. It's like, when it comes to like anti-tank guns, you don't really want to be facing the tank. You want to hit the tank from like a camouflage position. You don't want to have the tank bearing down on you. That's like a pretty much an emergency situation there, where you see that coming to you. Right, let's see. I'm not entirely sure if that city's held or not. I can't march in there, so it does lead me to think it is. And I can't break down the Romanian divisions, which is rather annoying. Okay. We'll march to cut off the rail line. I'm not seeing anything in the city, but I refuse to believe it's a free city right now. Yeah, not particularly great to advance over here. I mean, like, that morale's no good. Okay, they may not be able to defeat that. Well, they push it back, which is actually better than I expected, to be honest. Right, there we go. It does make me wonder, actually, what we could do for the Romanians. So I feel like if they had the artillery, they would be far better. Like, the morale's not great. Fair enough. We have things that we have to work with. Okay. Okay, that wasn't a good idea. Right, do we have the 72nd Infantry here? Here, on the Plesty oil field there. Oh god, that is not a lot there. But there's actually quite a lot of fuel and oil stored there, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, that's something that does need to be protected. I don't think we need to really care terribly much about enemy air power, so that's not going to be a threat for a while. Okay. Oh, needs autosave. Make sure we don't lose any progress here. I mean, when it comes down to it, like, I could have the Romanians push onto Odessa, but I don't know, it's one of these things. Just got to keep on marching. Just, if we can use the Romanians to actually, like, free up the German forces, then that's great news. I need to free up this rail line here. I'm going to make sure we actually do that. I do need to push this division back. Right, you can see that with 3 divisions we only had 5.7. But let's go ahead and take a look at this then. Can I take a look at how much artillery? Yeah, so 366 artillery. And you take a look over here, the actual rifle division had 128. I mean, that like, I'd love to take a look at, like, a typical Soviet TOE to actually compare that. I might have to do it in the future. Right, place you there. We'll have a hasty attack there. I don't think it'll succeed. Yep, there we go, as I said it. Worth the attempt. I'm going to attack these weak points in the line. But it looks like that's not even a weak point. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, okay. They retreat there. How you doing there, Vulcan? It's going alright. Just moving the Romanians first. Like, I'm pretty funny when it comes to, like, the south, because there's so much to really... It's one of those. We need to move the infantry, and then we can, like, take an actual proper look at what we got going on, really. I might need to actually change that text and make it a little bit clearer for people to read there. Didn't look that legible, actually. Right, I need to hold that rail line. I'm going to push that unit back there so there's no threat to the rail line, which is good. Okay. They might be able to manage that. So yeah, I mean, this is a mountain brigade. It's not a small unit, really. I mean, that's 11,000 men. That's going to be larger than most German divisions, like, later on in the war. It's pretty crazy. Shift you there so I should protect the rail line. So I do have some cavalry brigades over here. I do have something there. This unit's fantastic. The 22nd is just fantastic because it can really shift its arse out there. It's really good at that. I might have that brigade. It'd be nice if they could do it, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, sadly not. I want them off that rail line, but I'd rather not have to use German forces, you know? Right, okay, they're finally shattered, which is good. And so that allows us to move on, which is nice. Okay, so the game does actually still crash, even if you have it auto-saving like that. Well, quick saving. But it's been a long time since we had actually had a crash, so that's not too bad. Well. That's why I'm so anal over saves. Ideally that works, actually. Okay. Hmm. Well, there we go. So, even... even the, yeah, error, game failed to save then. Right. Hey, doing that, Alexander? Good to have you, my dude. That's an interesting thing. Maybe we should restart the game then properly. Seems we're not... we're not safe, no matter what. Oh, dear. And what I'm going to do here then is actually take a quick look at the Soviet TOEs, actually, of an infantry division. Just for a little bit of funsies. So it's a bit of a funsy thing. Can I go ahead and get this here? I just want to take a look at this from a Soviet perspective, but I want to just, like, let's go down to 0. Just let things be. Let it be. And then we'll get into things and load the game back up. Be interested to see how far the AI gets. If only I was this quick. Yeah, there we go. No, we'll go ahead and actually take a look at the TOEs. I really do like that stuff. I'm becoming more and more interested in things like that as we go on, really. Yeah, they actually did a... I was actually really interested. I think we took the rest of Toscan the same way then, actually. But we probably did it with less troops, I think. So obviously we did have support moved around there. Seemed very similar things then, actually. So we'll do this. I'll satisfy my curiosity. And then I can go back into the actual game, and then we'll continue from there.